Okay, well, I've heard a bit about James Fowler leaving Skywatcher and taking his electromechanical dog whistle with him. Now, I'm led to believe this is the electromechanical dog whistle, this thing here. On top of this, probably a Polaris or a Honda ATV, painted in desert colours, of course, to make it look the part, and the dog whistle was painted in the same colours, surprisingly enough. Cap the end off so we can't see into the end here. This coil here, this is purely a theatrical prop. This thing is going to do nothing whatsoever. Now, I think it's rather interesting that we don't get to see a rear view. We don't get to see this view here. We only get to see the front view. This is sort of loosely wound. This, I can't, the definition on it is not really good enough for me to be able to tell if this is retic pipe or whether this is AVA 550 or LDF 550 50 ohm coaxial cable. I've got some of that here. There we go. Is it LDF 550A Heliax? This is the older stuff. The new, the updated version of this is AVA 550. Looks pretty much the same. It's slightly lower loss. But if this is coaxial cable, this thick coaxial cable just wound around what looks to me like a roller door, a rolled up roller door with an end cap on it, so you can't look into it and see it's a roller door. This is pure theatre. This is going to do absolutely nothing at all. This is designed entirely to relieve the gullible of their cash. Absolutely. Now, there's another view of it here. We can't see it very well. You know, the definition is not quite good enough. Not quite good enough to be able to tell if there's any ridges in this. You know, is this coax? Bit of a kink in it here. That's a big no-no with coaxial cables. So this is probably retic pipe. If we look at this bit here, is this a rag? Is this a rag stuffed in the end of a bit of retic pipe? Is it a bit of rag taped to the end of a bit of LDF 550 or AVA 550? What it isn't is going to do anything. This is all just a theatrical prop. We probably don't get a good view of this side because we might see the edge of the roller door maybe. This is beyond pathetic, it really is. I'll leave a link below to a video of Skywatcher demonstrating their electromechanical dog whistle, and there'll be an explanation of how it works as well. Yeah, I mean, this is really, you see, the reason this had to disappear was because it's a theatrical prop. It's just junk. It does nothing whatsoever. And if someone was subpoenaed, I think they should subpoena James Fowler and get him to produce this, because if Arrow's technical guys looked at this, they would fall about laughing. If they said they demanded that this be submitted for analysis, they would fall about laughing, because there is absolutely nothing to this whatsoever. I was watching a video the other day and they were talking about, oh yeah, they're using VLF waves. Now, you can launch acoustic VLF waves with a loudspeaker. That's electromechanical. Is that what they're talking about? An electromechanical dog whistle? But they're not going to go very far, you know. And this other guy was saying, well, these VLF waves, they penetrate the earth, they penetrate the oceans. Well, they penetrate the oceans to a certain depth, but you wouldn't be able to launch an electromagnetic VLF wave. So you can have a 19 kilohertz, for argument's sake, acoustic wave that you can launch with a speaker and go about 50 meters probably, depending on how much power you put into it. Or you can have a 19 kilohertz electromagnetic wave that will go a very long distance and it will go below the surface of the ocean, so you can communicate, you can send a message to a submarine with it. But you would need an awful lot of power, and you'd need huge radio masts, 1,000 feet high, whole antenna would be a mile across. You wouldn't be able to do it from a I don't know, what is this thing? It's a little ATV golf buggy on an ego trip, is it? I mean, if we look at that, it's very loosely wound around this tube thing. The tube thing has got sort of facets on it. I don't know if we can actually see that, can we? Let's just zoom in on that a bit. Can we? This is faceted, so it actually looks to me like a roller door. It's a roller door, and that's why we don't get any detailed pictures of the other side. We don't get any detailed pictures of the back of it. A bit of coaxial cable just wound around it, and the end capped off, so you can't see it's a roller door. There's absolutely nothing to this whatsoever. It's a joke, absolute joke. If this was submitted for technical analysis, I mean, I can tell just by looking at this that this is just a load of old rubbish. It's just codged together for theatrical effect. And they're supposed to be able to summon alien spacecraft with it. Absolute rubbish. Kink in it there as well. Big no-no if that's a coaxial cable. Rag stuffed in the end. I think this is retic pipe. And it's just wound around here for something to occupy that space. It's as simple as that. And again, you know, there's another view of it here. Another view of it there. And we don't get to see the other side. We don't get to see the other side in detail. We don't get a rear view. Sort of theatre. This is just rubbish, absolute rubbish. So there we go. There's Skywatcher's electromechanical dog whistle, which is, of course, no such thing. Apparently, James Fowler has taken this and done a runner, because if this fell into the hands, if this fell into the hands of anybody that knows anything about this sort of stuff, it's going to be revealed to be a piece of rubbish immediately. Theatrical prop within minutes. Arrow will be able to tell it's a complete and utter load of rubbish. The other thing too is James Fowler has run away with this device apparently. He has to get it out of the way so Arrow can't get hold of it. Nobody else can get hold of it to analyse it, because the cat would be out of the bag if that happened, with regard it just being a theatrical prop. And of course they're Skywatcher's stopping field operations. And that tells us, of course, that psionics doesn't work at all. Because he's still going to have his team of left-handed, gay, psionic, alien spacecraft summoners that he can call upon to go and sit out in the desert and summon these alien spacecraft. You know, the ones that have flown all the way across the galaxy, and they're just waiting directly above his little team out in the desert, waiting to be summoned. And people believe this. So I think that tells us, as I've said before, put a line through psionics. It's just rubbish. There's no such thing as remote viewing, psionics, CE5's all drivel. And you can certainly put a line through the electromechanical dog whistle. This is the sort of thing you find in the scrap bin at work. You know, sort of an offcut of this stuff. You know, yeah. LDF, that's a 5, not a 6. LDF 550, we only use 50 ohm stuff. Heliax, coaxial cable. It's either that is either that, not terminated onto anything with a rag taped around the end, or this is just retic pipe with a rag stuffed in the end with a bit of tape around it. Either way, pathetic. Absolute rubbish. Don't forget to check out the video I've linked to below, where you'll see the equipment being explained and demonstrated. As always, if you've struggled through the video all the way to this point, many thanks for watching. And maybe I'll catch you again.